Alright, so I'm going to do tiger with tan and one without. So you can see I made the green a little bigger. Alright, so if you're going to do tan on yours, it's your preference. You can do tan then brown or brown then tan. It just depends how you want your leaves, so to speak, on it to look. So for the tan tiger, I'm going to use the brown first. So you can simply place your brown and you're going to spray. Like so. I know, I really soaked it, but if you're using the thick paper, you can use a lot of spray paint, because the more paint you put on it, the thicker the paper gets, thus the stronger it gets. So it is completely up to your decision. Alright, so there's the brown. Looks cool. Alright, so I'm going to do it again. And keep in mind, with every stencil, you actually have 4 stencils, because you can do right side up, upside down, and then you can flip it over, and then you can get other stencils. That's how I painted this. Downstairs. I'll go get that. Hold on. Found it, but I'm going to show you pictures afterwards. Alright. So now that the brown is done, we're going to go to black. And for this one, I tried to do it like that, but it looked awkward. So I have sort of, if you can tell that it is, I have this going, all these going like horizontally, along with all those going horizontal, and you want to keep it the same. And so keep in mind, whatever is showing right here is going to be black, so you want to sort of mess with it, or mess around with it a little bit, and you want to try and cover up as much brown as possible. You like want to cover up with stencil. And what really tricks the eye is when colors cross over each other. So like, I have it, but on this one picture I'll circle it with red, like right here. You can see that little tan thing, that really was bad. You'd never want that. You always want stuff crossing over. But on this, you don't have to worry about that, because the things are so small. So I'm sort of trying to, so like right there. And see, like this line right here, you don't want it to be like that, where it's like completely showing. You want it sort of, you want it to like make it so it's going through it. Alright, it's right there. Alrighty, and now the final product. Like that. And that works really well. And then this, alright, so this is the shield I did, and I just kept on rotating the stencils back and forth, so it all looks like it's jumbled and stuff, and it really does work. Alright, and on this one, disregard that and that, because I don't have a lot of brown right there. Alright, so now we're going to try. Now I'm going to do the tan one. Okay, so I'm going to do brown first. And you want black, you really do want black last. You don't have, you don't have to put it last, but it just looks better because the black acts as a shadow. The green acts like the foliage background. Brown looks like any rotting leaves or stuff or anything. And then the black looks like shadows going across it. So there's brown. We did the tan. Again, trying to cover up as much brown as possible with the stencil. Now for the tan, I'm really not doing a full coat because I sort of want it to be like a dark tan. So there's the tan. For black. Now tan I've been having a problem with is spraying something over it when it's not dry. It like crumples up. It sort of looks like I saw it on this one. I don't know if you can see that too well, but it sort of looks like it's cracking. So and then that. This is what you should be paying attention to. Yeah, I know, it's really a small cluster, but you can't even see any of that. And when that dries, it'll get bigger. And then I'll go ahead and spray the cheap-ass Tommy gun over there. And then I'll do the hiding test. Alright, so this is before. Alright, it's dry. So I'm going to do brown again. And if you can sort of find different pieces, like this piece sort of fits into right there, then you would want to like link it. So like right here, there's an open spot. So I would want to try and put that in between it. So it sort of gives the illusion that you have more than one stencil when you're being cheap and only having one. And for tiger camouflage, you really don't have to worry about the stencil absolutely touching the gun like in digital, other than instead of a nice pixelized square, you get a circle, and you don't want that. But on this one, it really doesn't matter, because in the end, you sort of want it all to like flow into like one massive blotch that just was like completely dragged across the gun. If that makes any sense. So now, instead of going back again, I'm going to flip the stencil upside down. Excuse me. Okay. And most people skip this, but I think it actually looks really good. Is if you have the trigger guard and the trigger, try and paint over that, because you want everything to have at least one brown or black line going through it. You really want both brown and black, but if you can, it's fine if you don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little sliver right here. I'm just going to go like that. Try and get as much paint onto the tip of the trigger. I know it's really hard to see, but I can. I'm sorry about the lighting. I have no control over that. This is by itself. And so for the barrel, what I'm going to do is, you want to take something that if you have a straight line, like, really not straight, but you can sort of see it, is you want as many little like ups and downs and like hills and stuff, I'm talking about like that, to go across it, because for the barrel it's really hard to actually get a defined object on it because it's like half an inch thick. So what you want is you sort of just want to like have something where it like just goes by itself. So like right here, move the camera. Here's the barrel, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it so it sort of gets like half. Like here's a whole bit of brown spot, brown spot, brown spot, green, green. I'm going to move it up a little bit, because what you're trying to do